you can apply transfer effect to a live camera video recording in Expo React Native for Android using CameraX Media 3 effect as well as TensorFlow Lite RT. So let's get started. So first you need to visit this particular URL to create an before I show you all the setup, let me show you guys the output. Now before that, just concentrate on this particular image which I will be showing it to you. So here I have two images. So based on this particular image or this particular image, I think I'm using this image. You can use whatever image you feel like. So this particular image has this particular style, right? So I want to transfer this style to a particular video recording. So let me show you guys the output, then things would be more clearer for you. So here you can see I have this app running. It is asking me for camera permission first. I'll just give the camera permission. Okay, and here you can see I think it asks for record audio permission as well, but I think I have already given that permission. That's why it didn't ask me again. Let me just put down my device for a second. Let me quickly check. Yeah, I'm checking for the record audio as well. Okay, so I think I have already given that permission. That's why it didn't ask me, but it will ask you for record audio as well. So I've picked up my device again, and I'll just click on the start button over here. So here you can see this is how you see it, because it has transferred the style of the image to our live camera video recording. So I'm just moving my camera over here. So here is my laptop as well, as you can see. Okay, and I'll just finally click on the stop button. So it has recorded the video for us. Now I'm not able to play the video. I don't know why, because all this code is done via native code, right? So when I'm trying to send that video URL back to React Native side, Expo side, I'm not able to play the video using React Native video player. Like, I'm able to play the video using something called Expo player, but I have not integrated that inside this application. Otherwise things would get really complicated. I know React Native video player might be using Expo player behind the scenes, but I'm not really sure. But not to worry, because this video has been saved to external storage. So if you just go to your files app, if you go to videos, here you can see inside the videos the video has been saved, and I'm able to hear my audio as well. So yeah, that's what we will be looking into. Let's see how to get started. So here is our application, right? So first what you need to do is create your application. So for that you can go to this particular URL over here. Now there are different templates available like this, default blank TypeScript. I'm using this blank TypeScript. You can use whatever you feel like. So to create an Expo React Native project, you can just run this particular command. Now like I said, we need to write native code. So for that you need to go to this particular URL over here to do the native setup. So you can just come to this particular URL. Okay, and here you need to select Android device, select development build, then disable EAS, select Mac OS. Then I have already done all this, Watchman, Kazoo, Java Home. I have already set up Android Studio as well, so you need to do all this setup. I've already set Android Home as well, Source Home as well. And then what you need to do, once your Expo React Native project is created, you just have to cd into your Expo React Native project from your terminal, and then just run this particular command. Once you run this particular command, then you need to run this particular command. So this will create the Android folder for you. So as you can see over here, now it will also ask you, do you want to run the project on an emulator on a real device? Don't run it now, because we will be writing native code. You have to run it from scratch later on again as well. Then we need to create a module. So for that you need to go to this particular URL over here. Okay, and again inside your terminal you need to run this command, but make sure you are already inside your Expo React Native project. Then it will ask you few questions like what should be the module name and all that. Just press enter thrice, and it should create this particular module for you as well. Okay, then the next thing which you need to do is first go to Android app src main android manifest.xml. You need to add this uses feature of Android hardware camera permission as well as record audio permission. Now at the time of me creating an Expo React Native project, the write external storage permission is also required, but that is present by default when you create an Expo React Native project. If it is not in the future, make sure you add this permission as well. Once that is done, you need to go to modules, go to src mymodules.type.ts, and here what I have done is that I have commented these two lines of code. So firstly, I don't require the URL prop, that's why I have commented it. Then inside this onload, onload does not make a sense, so I have renamed it as on video taken. Okay, then let's see first how to use it. So you can just go to app.tsx. Here you can see I have added all these imports first, then I have added this imports. Then here you can see I was also trying to use Expo video, but the video was not playing. I don't know why. It is a valid video, as I showed you. We can play it from our files app as well. I don't know what's wrong with Expo video, or the way I'm sending the path, maybe that's not correct. If you know what I'm doing wrong, do let me know in the comments. Then here is our use state for video URL, use state for camera permission. Then I'm just checking whether the user is using Android 10 and above, and here you can see I've commented the video related code. Then here we are requesting the camera permission. So if you are using Android 10 and above, we only require camera and record audio, but for below Android 10 we also require write external storage permission. Then here I'm just checking what all permissions has been granted, and depending on that we just change the state. What all permissions has been granted, depending on that we change the state. Then inside use effect we just call this particular method. Then here we just check if camera permission is granted, then we display this my module view, else we display a text saying camera permission not granted. Okay, and if you want to play around with the video player code as well, here you can see I was using something like this, but it's not working for me, I don't know why. Then here these are all the styles for it. Okay, then you need to go to the Android folder of modules, my module, go to build.gradle, and here you need to add these dependencies. So you need to add camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, camera video. Then this media 3 effect is still in alpha. If it does become stable by the time you guys are watching it, make sure you use the stable version. Then this media 3 effect. Then light RT support API, light RT GPU, and light RT. So this light RT is TensorFlow Lite. TensorFlow Lite has been renamed to light RT. Then here is our app compat as well. Okay, then you need to go to src. And inside main you need to create a folder called assets, and inside this assets you need to take your own image, so it can be any image. And for this TensorFlow Lite models, I'll I'll pin a link to a link from where you can download this model, so please check the pin comment. Okay, then you need to go to Java. First you need to create the style transfer effect.kt file. Okay, and here you can copy this package name, whatever you see inside this my module.kt first line, so just copy it over here as well. Rest you can copy it from what I'm showing it to you. So now even I'm not good at this, I'll simply scroll through this. Even I have copy pasted all this code from the Android documentation. I don't really understand all of this, so feel free to pause the video and just copy the code. I'm going to simply scroll through this file. Okay, then you need to go to my module.kt, and here what I have done is that I have commented out everything, because firstly we are not passing any prop, and second is instead of onload our captured event is on video taken, right? So that's what I'm using over here. Then you need to go to my module view.kt. Again by default there will be some boilerplate code present, you can just delete that. And here are the default imports. Again I'll simply scroll through all these imports. Okay, then here we have this on video taken event dispatcher as well. Here we get hold of our activity. This is the frame layout. Then we get our camera, preview view, video capture recorder, as well as recording. Then here we initialize our capture button. Here is our viewfinder preview. Here is our camera executor, and this is the process camera provider. Here we get the back facing lens. Then we set the layout params to our frame layout. We add the frame layout to our parent view. We set the layout params to our viewfinder, and here we call this method. I'll come back to this later on why we are doing this. Then we add our viewfinder to our frame layout. Then we set the text background color, text color, as well as alpha to our capture button. Then we set the button layout params to our capture button as well, and we add the capture button to our frame layout. Then we do capture button dot set on click listener call capture video. Then inside on attached to window we just check whether we have camera permissions. If yes, then we just do viewfinder dot post call setup camera. Then on detach from window we just do camera executor dot shutdown and unbind our camera provider. Then here coming back to this particular method, so this is a hack which I have copy pasted. And why we need to do this, because if you don't do this you will get a black screen, you will not see your live camera video recording. And if you want to learn more about it, you can go to this particular issue. So this issue has been opened in the React Natives repo since past 8 years, they have still not fixed it. Then here we call setup camera, where we get hold of our camera provider future, we add a listener to it as well. Then we initialize our camera provider, we call bind camera use cases. Then here we call capture video. So here we just check our video capture, and here we do capture button dot is unable to false. Here we get hold of our recording, we stop the recording, we make it as null. Then here we assign the name to our recording as well. Then we do content values dot apply by passing the display name, mime type, and if Android version greater than p, we also set the relative path. Then we do media store output options by passing in the content resolver as well as content values. Then we initialize our recording. Then we do video capture dot output called prepare recording, and if we have the camera permission, then we do with audio enabled. Then we start our recording as well, and if it is a start event, then we just change the capture button text as well as is enabled. And once it is finalized, then if it has no error, here you can see I'm sending back the URI back to Expo side, but again this is not working, I don't know why. Then here we stop our recording, we make it as null, and here we just change the text as well as button is enabled of properties of our button. This is just a helpful method to check whether we have camera permissions or not, and here I have defined these variables. Then inside bind camera use case, we get hold of the camera rotation, camera provider, camera selector, aspect ratio strategy, resolution selector as well as preview, recorder, and we get a hold of our video capture as well. Then we do use case group dot builder, add the preview use case as video capture use case. Then we initialize the media 3 effect. Then we do media 3 effect dot set effect. Here we pass byte buffer GL effect, passing the bitmap. Here is our style transfer effect, and here I pass the image name. So you need to pass your own image name over here, whatever you have added inside the assets folder. Then we do media 3 effect or add it to our use case group builder. We unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle, we assign it to the camera object, and finally we set the surface provider. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.